Attack on Mika!
When my daughter was 13 years old, her mother went missing. Ever since then, my daughter refused to speak of her mother or any memories with her. Ayaka, this is about your mom.
What? Mom? But I don't have a mom.
It's not that she had lost her memories, but she gets this look on her face, like she's forcefully trying to keep the lid shut and turn the other way to something deep inside of her, something that she wanted to forget.
I'm home.
Sorry I'm back late.
No worries. Welcome back, Dad. I made stew for dinner tonight.
Oh, let me get the plates. Ayaka?
Huh?
Did we always have this few plates at home?
Yeah, why?
But,
That's all we have.
Ayaka, if I wanted to find her mother, Naomi, I could have. If I wanted to see her, I could see her. However, Mr. Kurusu, we want you to forget about Naomi. That won't be possible! She's a very important woman, not only to Ayaka, but to me as well! You're very sincere, but if you act on your emotions, it's going to be painful. No way!
I also like to ask you, Mr. Yorichiro, sometimes is it important to separate your feelings?
I understand that, but I want to see her! What did Ayaka say? What? Well, that's...
How is Ayaka doing since then? Is she okay? Please, tell us the truth.
She's doing well. She has a lot of friends, and she's studying hard in school. Then that should be enough. Listen, Mr. Kurusu. Ayaka is finally steady and doing well, but if you make her meet Naomi, what are you going to do? If she remembers what she didn't want to remember, and make her suffer unnecessarily. What? But isn't that what family does? Get through hard times together?
Mr. Yorichiro, I'm very sorry. We are also exhausted.
What? Just as my wife says, we were so troubled by Naomi that our bodies have broken down as well. That's the situation. I'm sorry.
I don't have a mom. Dad, wake up!
Ugh.
It's really nice outside. I want you to take me somewhere.
Ayaka,
Yeah?
are you having fun?
I am!
Is there anything that bothers you?
Well, I guess there is, but nothing comes to mind right now. So maybe it's not that big of a deal? Dad, smile! Listen, I don't know what you're thinking, but you don't need to worry about me. I'm figuring it out, and I'm doing just fine.
It was almost as if she was telling me, so don't pry anymore. From a boss at the company I was working at before, it's good to think a lot. But you know, it's also necessary to just do what needs to be done in front of you. He once said to me, to raise a daughter as a single man, I want to be able to support her with both money and love. In order to do that, I have to protect Ayaka's smile. That's why I work. That's why we play together. And as long as I don't bring up the topic of Naomi, her mother, it's not difficult to maintain that smile. At home...
Dad, hurry up and get in the bath!
Alright!
I put in some mint bath salts, so it should be really refreshing.
I'm so happy. Sometimes, the less you know in this world, the happier you can be. I know that people grow through getting past difficulties, but it would be better if there are less of those difficulties. For both of us. I did realize that it was my own strange selfishness, that I was trying to force her to understand the situation. And if anybody were to ask me if I was okay with that, my answer would be no. However, as my days with Ayaka went from 1 year to another year, and time was flying by, I only became more and more exhausted thinking about this problem. I'm becoming the same as her parents that time. No, but this is what's best. Those were my last thoughts about it, and I decided to forget about Naomi. From there, time kept passing. In the 10th year after Naomi disappeared, Ayaka suddenly told me that she was going to get married. Of course, I was shocked, but I was genuinely happy. However, what Ayaka said next when she came home shocked me even more than the wedding announcement. It's finally happening, huh?
I guess so. Hey, since it's my once-in-a-lifetime wedding, maybe I should have gone with the premium plan.
It's the day before the wedding. What are you saying?
There's just not enough time with the photographer. I was just thinking that I want a lot of photos.
Oh dear.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I saw Mom.
What?
I tried to say it nonchalantly, but can I tell you everything from the beginning? To be honest, I really wanted to forget about my mom. But, you know, there was no way that I could forget something that shocking. I think this is why they call it trauma. Even though I didn't want to remember, the scene would suddenly float into my mind. Back when I was a student, I would go into panic attack during classes and be sent straight to the school clinic. There were a lot of times that I really hated my mom. But for me to deny having a mom would also mean to deny my experiences, right? And I started to hate it. I didn't want to end up just lying to myself forever. It was really easy to find her. When I looked up her name, someone who seemed fitting popped up. It was even a newspaper article. I guess she became pretty famous at the time, that woman. I met her about 2 months ago. The reason for that was because Mitsuru said, I want to thank the person that gave birth to you. If it weren't for him, I probably would have just continued to lie to myself forever.
Why didn't you say anything until now?
Because you always continue to love me, Dad.
What?
Dad, just because I was a child without a mother, you were always working twice as hard by yourself. I could always tell just by looking at you. How could I say that I wanted to meet my mother when you were doing so much for me? I'm sorry.
I didn't know if you felt that way. Thank you for telling me.
Dad, I didn't know that Mom was...
From there, Ayaka started talking about a certain truth about Naomi that for 10 years we never once spoke about. I know.
What?
I just couldn't say it earlier. I know everything about Naomi, and I always wanted to tell you eventually. But you would always avoid talking about her, as if you were trying to protect yourself.
I guess there was a time like that.
I should be the one apologizing. I'm sorry, Ayaka. I was never able to understand what I should have understood the most about you.
I love my mom.
Let's go see her together. It's not too late. I'm sure we can start all over.
Ayaka, Mr. Yorichiro?
You seem to be doing well. Ayaka isn't my real daughter. 23 years ago, she was born between Naomi and another man. However, that man was an alcoholic, and he was physically violent and abusive on a daily basis.
Stop it! Stop it!
How dare you! Ah!
Stop it!
Naomi claimed self-defense, but she was sentenced to prison in court. And then Ayaka was left all alone, and I was the one that took her in, the younger brother of her real father. When Naomi finished her sentence, I went to go pick her up, but she said she was going to live on her own and disappeared.
Mom, I said this last time too, but tomorrow is my wedding.
But me, I don't deserve to be a mother.
That's not for you to decide. I want you to come.
Naomi didn't end up coming to the wedding. There were relatives who knew about her past with her daughter, and before we knew it, the rumors had spread. Well, we will find another opportunity to go see Ayaka's mother. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Dad. I predicted it anyway.
Even your parents, Mitsuru, have been so understanding of the situation. I don't know how to thank them. This isn't about thanking or anything. We hate that everybody thinks that because she's a criminal, therefore, she has to be unhappy for the rest of her life. But that's why, little by little, we want to get rid of that mindset. I imagine you feel the same, sir. I believe that more than the crime itself, it's more important to think about why that may have happened in the first place. That's why I want to live my life with sincerity to everyone, no matter what. I will go speak to your mother and see how she feels. Like I said before, I would like to register as a family with you.
But I don't want to cause any trouble to you because of me.
What do you mean, trouble? Naomi, more than the possibility of how people may look at us, I'm more troubled by the reality that you are struggling to live right now.
Mr. Yorichiro.
Please, let me protect you and our daughter. The biggest pain of all is when you don't take action and can't move. So from now on, no matter what hardships we may face, I want to keep moving forward. It's okay, because you're not alone anymore.